Wireless charging is something more widespread for smartphones, but for many other devices you're still dealing with cables or removing a battery to bring life back to your electronics. Mobile accessory and wearable maker Mota is trying to change that for at least one other popular device though, the GoPro action camera, with its Mota Wireless GoPro charger. Funded by a successful Kickstarter campaign, the GoPro wireless charger is one of the very few GoPro solutions that actually solves a very common problem. As powerful as they are, GoPro cameras are thirsty little powerhouses. Users of the GoPro will know charging up the battery can be an all too frequent occurrence and a bit of a hassle. First the camera has to come out of its housing, then the side door removed, then the cable plugged in close to a power source for charging to begin. Mota gets around this by using a proprietary wireless charging technology it developed to optimize current pass-through to the camera's battery, all with the camera still in its housing. Within the rather attractive package users receive an owner's manual, the Mota GoPro charger itself, a wireless receiver, a USB charging cable, and a small reset tool. Despite being constructed primarily of plastic with a black and white finish, the Mota charger feels robust. It certainly has that high quality feel. Despite being a fingerprint magnet due to that high gloss finish, the majority of the unit is white so doesn't show the fingerprints too easily. The unit certainly carries some weight, around 270 grams to be precise, due to that integrated 7500 mAh battery, but it's easily light enough to carry in your bag or even a well-sized pocket. Physically it's not exactly the smallest power bank I've come across, but again easily manageable. Other than the neat Mota branding, the top of the unit incorporates various LEDs, indicating the capacity of the internal battery, each light displaying 25% of power, along with a wireless charging indicator in the top corner, and a standard charging indicator just below a cavity where users are able to insert either a GoPro Hero 3 or 3 Plus battery or a Hero 4 battery for standard charging. A final section in the center contains slots for holding the GoPro housing itself. The remainder of the unit is rather plain and free from any function other than one side, which incorporates the main device power button as well as a rubber flap hiding the micro USB port, used alongside the included cable to charge the internal battery, as well as a full-size USB port used for charging any other device. The charger itself is water resistant, so it will withstand the odd splash, but it's not something you'll want to submerge underwater, and you'll need to ensure the spare battery bay is dry before using the device. Talking of charging, it's a refreshingly simple affair. The unit can be charged using the included micro USB cable just like any other external battery pack. The charger itself works with GoPro Hero 3 and 3 Plus models, as well as the Hero 4 Silver and Black, and consists of two pieces, the wireless power bank along with a thin wireless receiver. Weighing only 3.5 grams, the receiver replaces the camera's port cover, plugging into the mini USB port and extending down and wrapping around the bottom of the camera. Thankfully, the receiver is thin enough that it doesn't interfere with the camera's fitting into its waterproof housing. The fit is naturally a little tighter, but nothing too concerning. With the receiver in place and the camera back in its housing, you can start charging just by mounting the camera down onto the available slot and turning on the power bank. It takes a few seconds for the camera to light up and let you know it's charging, but once it starts you just let it do its thing. It really is as simple as that, and the GoPro will fully charge in around 2.5 hours. The spare cavity on one side can be used for charging a second GoPro Hero 3 or Hero 4 battery in addition, with both the wireless charging bay as well as the standard battery charging bay both having dedicated status LEDs. Finally, if that wasn't enough already, the full-size USB port on the side can be used for charging other devices, such as a smartphone or tablet. With a built-in overcharge protection feature, the internal 7500 mAh battery is enough to charge a GoPro several times over, although the number of full charges you'll get from the power bank depends on the camera's internal battery conditions. Also note that the charger is more for use between shooting sessions. If you need to continue shooting, then you'll need to remove and replace the battery, and removing the camera from its housing with the receiver in place can be a tad more difficult. Although the charger is designed to be used as a portable power solution, it charges the internal battery via a micro USB port on the side. You could just keep it plugged in, meaning it can be used as a charging dock when you're home, a pretty neat solution. The Mota Wireless charger for GoPro works as promised, delivering a wireless charge to a Hero 3 or Hero 4 camera while still in its housing. At $140, that's around £100 in the UK, it's not exactly cheap, but if you take your GoPro with you everywhere and don't want the hassle of removing the camera from its housing before charging, it's worth the investment. Especially since it works as a battery charger for an additional GoPro battery and a USB charger for other devices as well. Throughout testing, the unit performed wonderfully well, and it doesn't take long before you get used to the convenience it offers. Those looking for an external power bank for their GoPro should certainly consider the Mota Wireless charger. If you'd like to see a sneak peek of the reviews coming up on the channel, check out our Instagram. You'll find a link in the description box below this video.